Welcome back. We are here with 15th of February's Godly Blessing. Now, have you ever imagined in your life that we can become equal to God? We call Him as our Father, so obviously we must be having certain qualities within us which we have not been using properly. That means we have forgotten about those divine qualities which are there in our Creator, our Father. And somewhere down the line, we have become so bodily conscious of a physical self that we have forgotten about our subtle self. Because God Himself doesn't have a physical body. So, when we come into this gross body in this nature, we forget our original form as a spiritual being. And our thinking changes because of that, our speaking changes, and our actions also change. And most of it because we think of ourselves as this limited being in this physical body, we become more greedy and jealous, and we become more egoistic. We become more attached to things because we feel we are limited. So that's why God is saying that try to change that habit, and you can do that when you learn about soul consciousness, and we do that at Brahmakumaris. So God over here in this beautiful blessing says, may you become equal to the Father by making your thinking, speaking, and doing equal. Bab Dada. Bab means Godfather, the point of divine light, and Dada is Brahma Baba. Now wants to see all the children complete and equal to him. In order to become complete, let your thinking, speaking, and doing be equal to whom? Godfather. You have to make all the preparations for this. You have this thought and you also desire it, isn't it? Don't we want to be like our Creator so that we can return home in purity and dignity without having to pay for the sins which we do through lust, anger, greed, ego, attachment because of thinking that we are this physical limited body and limitation. So God says, you have to make all the preparations. You have this thought and you also desire it. But this desire will only be fulfilled. How? When you become ignorant of the knowledge of all other desires, and those desires arise from these five senses. Think about it. Is there any desire which doesn't arise from these five senses? And we, as souls, as subtle beings, try to fulfill our happiness, joy, peace, bliss, and power by attaining anything which we like to see or hear or smell and taste around in the physical world. And we want to have more and more of it so as to feel content, and we never feel so. We never feel content. And then it leads to greed and jealousy and comparison and competition and attachments to things which we have attained in this physical world, and that's where the shaitan or the Satan or the Ravan is active within us, and we don't feel that. We can call him as a father. Even though we call him as a father, we don't feel that we are like him because the physical self is active. So God here says, many little desires do not allow this one desire to be fulfilled. So many physical desires do not allow this one desire, that may I become equal to my Creator and be able to connect to Him, get fulfilled. How do you work on this is what you learn in Brahmakumaris. You're most welcome to understand this and learn this for entirety and completely free. Om Shanti.